Today we're going to read What's My Favorite Color? Right. Now, the title asks a question. I can tell that because it ends with a question mark. Right here, you can see that. Alright. Now, what fruits do you see in the picture? I can see some oranges, some pears, some cherries, bananas. These look like apples, and I'm not really sure what these are back here. But maybe the story will tell us. What colors are they? Are these fruits? What color are the oranges? That's right, they're orange. What color are the pears? It's kind of a tough one, but pears are green usually. What color are the cherries? That's right, they're red. What about the bananas? What color are the bananas? That's right, the bananas are yellow. Right. Well, we're going to go ahead and read this story.
What's my favorite color? These bananas are yellow. I like yellow. I like green. These berries are green. I like green, but I like orange more.
Alright, so now, we've read the first 2 pages, and it says, I like yellow, but I like green more. And then it tells me that these pears are green. It says, I like green, but I like orange more. So, based on what we've seen already, when they say, I like green, but I like orange more, what color do you think the next fruit is going to be? Let's see if we can find out. Let's see if your prediction's right. What fruit do you think is going to be orange?
These oranges are orange. I like orange, but I like red more.
So was your prediction right? Was the next fruit orange? Yes, it was. Good job. Now, before we go on, let's finish reading this page, and then I'll ask my question.
These cherries are red. Red is my favorite color because
I'm going to wait right there. All right, now, I want you to look here at this sentence. Why is the R in red capitalized? Why is it capitalized? Because I look at this red and it's not capitalized, so it's kind of messing with my brain. Why is it doing that? Did I hear you say that it's because it's the first word in a sentence? Oh my goodness, you're right. Red is the first word in this sentence, which means the R needs to be capitalized. The first word of a sentence is always capitalized. That way you know you're starting a new sentence. And then, here, these cherries are red, period. This period tells me that this person is just telling me something. They're not asking me a question. They're not yelling anything or excited about anything. They're just stating a fact, telling me something that's true. These cherries are red. And that's exactly how you would read a sentence with a period at the end. Alright? Alright. So, I also want you to think back in the story now. What does the author say first, next, and last. And I'll go back here. What does the author say first? Here's the beginning of our story. What's the author say first? Yeah, he says, I like yellow, but I like green more. What's the author say next? I like green, but I like orange more. Good. Then what does he say last? Well, we haven't gotten there yet. So, what do you think the author is going to say last? What do you think the author is going to say last? Right here it says, red is my favorite color because... So what do you think the author's going to say? What fruit do you think is going to be shown next? We had these cherries are red, and red is my favorite color because that doesn't follow the normal pattern of the book. Usually it says, I like oranges, I like orange, but I like red more. And then the author would write something about something red. But now we have red, cherries are red, and then red is my favorite color because... Why do you think the author's favorite color is red? Well, let's find out.
Cherries are my favorite fruit. What color is your favorite fruit?
Okay, so the author likes red because cherries are their favorite fruit. Alright. Now, I want you to think, what's your favorite fruit? Think about what your favorite fruit is. You have it in your head? Yeah. Well, I can't hear what you say, but I'll bet it's probably an apple or a banana or an orange or cherries. My favorite fruit is black cherries. They're the best. Alright. We're also going to read another book. Alright. And we're going to read What Do You Do, Norbert Wu? Okay. Now remember, what does Norbert Wu do for a living? What does he do? Yeah, he takes pictures underwater. Alright. So, let's go ahead and we're going to read this story. Now, when you tell about this selection, we're going to work on summarizing. So I want you to listen to the whole story, and then we're going to need to summarize at the end. So when you tell about the selection, what question should you answer? I'll give you a hint. It's the title of the book. You need to answer the question, what do you do, Norbert Wu? So you're going to need to answer the question, what does Norbert Wu do? Okay? Alright, so at the end of this book, you should be able to tell me what Norbert Wu does for a living. Alright? Let's go ahead and let's listen. Alright?
Science Link. What do you do, Norbert? I am a photographer. I take pictures. I see a shark. Click. I see a starfish. Click. I see seals. Click. I took these pictures of fish. Can you find them in this book?
Alright, so remember we said we were going to have to answer a question at the end. What does Norbert Wu do? That's right. It says right here, I am a photographer. That means that Norbert Wu takes pictures for a living. All right? Let's go ahead and go on to our next little project. All right? So, I'm going to read you this poem. It's called I Love Colors. All right? And it's by Misha Goldish. And she wrote this poem, and it's all about colors, okay? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to put your hands on your head when I read a color word. So red or blue or yellow, purple, black or white, all right? Put your hands on your head every time you hear a color word, all right? Here we go. So I love colors. I love colors, yes I do. Red and orange and green and blue. I love colors, dark or bright. Yellow, purple, black and white. So, did you hear some of the color words? Let's go through and let's find the color words. Okay, let's start at the beginning. I love colors, yes I do. Red, oh, there's one, red. That's a color word. And orange, there's another one. And green, there's one, that's green. And blue. Blue, that's a color word. I love colors, dark or bright. Yellow, yellow's a color word. Purple, there's another one. Black, yeah, that's a color. Even though it's the same as what all the other words are, it's still a color. And white. White's a color too. Oh my goodness. Very good. I want you to point to your favorite color. All right. Can you find a picture of something green on this picture? Find a picture of something green. There you go. A green frog. You found it. Can you point to something that is yellow? Pointing to the taxi cab or the little yellow ducky? You're right. How about you find something that's purple? Pointing to this purple lizard looking thing here. Very good. Alright, well, good job. And I hope you're getting better with these color words. I know I am. Right? Now, you do have an assignment for today, and it's going to be on this worksheet. So you're going to have to print out this worksheet, and you're going to have to, first thing you do is you put your name on the top. And then you're going to need to be able to read this. It says, I love colors. Yes, I do. Okay. Now, what you need to do is you need to draw a picture using the colors mentioned in the poem. Alright, so you're going to need to draw a picture using red, orange, green, blue, yellow, purple, black, and white. Now, that's pretty easy if you do what I did. Okay? You can draw whatever you want, but you need to make sure you use all those colors: red, orange, green, blue, yellow, purple, black, and white. So what I did is I decided to draw a picture of flowers in a pot. Okay? And I used red. I have orange outside of my flower. I have yellow inside of it. I have blue. I have green. I have purple. I have black. And I have white. Alright? Now you can do anything you want like that, but that's just how I decided to do it. Alright? So remember, have someone take a picture of you while you're working and a picture of your completed work. When you're finished, have someone submit the photos in the submission box below. Remember, take your time, do your best work, and try and color inside the lines. Okay? Use lots and lots and lots of details. Alright guys, Keep up the good work. Look forward to seeing your pictures with colors in them. All right?